And issues on human rights were tackled in an international conference held in Manila recently. Here's Arra Perez for the full report.
No one could escape the mandate of the law. This was what the Commission on Human Rights proved during the Dealing with the Past regional workshop held at the Manila Peninsula, where representatives from South Africa, Greece, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Nepal graced the event. Human Rights Chair Loretta said that the international community has been of great help in response to different tortures and extrajudicial killings in the country, so freedom and justice could finally be achieved.
We believe that we can't do it alone. International solidarity is always there, and international solidarity will broaden the voice of freedom, the voice of justice.
Swiss Ambassador Ivo Siber was all praised with the Philippines' active participation in the campaign against human rights violations and its abiding by the international human rights guidelines.
The Philippines has been very active in the UN Human Rights Commission. I think the most recent universal periodic review that was undertaken a bit over a year and a half ago has shown the progress that the Philippines is achieving in complying with international human rights conventions. I think this process is encouraging.
Meanwhile, Commissioner Rosales gratefully shared that the $200 million or 10 billion pesos from the Swiss accounts of the Marcoses will now be given to the victims of human rights violation.
Victims of human rights violations must be compensated from $200 million taken from the Swiss accounts of Marcos that were transferred from the Swiss accounts to the Philippine coffers through the PNB. Remember the PNB escrow. So that was actually realized through an agreement between the Philippine government and the Swiss government.
Through Republic Act 1036-8, implemented by the Aquino administration, compensation will be granted to the respective victims of enforced disappearance, summary execution, illegal detention, and other torture victims during the martial law period. A claims board will be appointed by President Aquino, hopefully during the first quarter of the year, to take on the documentation of the legitimate victims of abuse during martial law. Rosales said that they are hand-in-hand with the government in the battle toward peace, justice, and progress without the use of harm.
As the chair of the Commission on Human Rights, we are one in accord with the national effort to try to draw all the rebel elements to come to the peace negotiations. Because that, to me, is the only way to bring about a solution of peace, justice, development for our people.
For the People's Television, this is Arra Perez.